What's up, everybody? Back again. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. If there's any video or anything you want to see, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Just drop it in the comment section. Today, I'm going to talk about clothing labels for your brand. Um, this should be pretty short and sweet. I've been through a lot of companies that I've bought I bought labels from, as you can see, and I'm going to talk about some of these companies and how I made the determination to actually find a wonderful supplier that I will leave at the end or somewhere in the video. I'll show you who I actually get my labels from and just the cost difference when you actually go straight through the manufacturer. So grab a seat. Let's go. All right, so when we're talking about labels, in the beginning, I tried to just basically, like everybody else, go to Google, search, you know, label manufacturers in the US. I even went to Amazon a couple of times just to try to find label providers that did custom labels at a decent price. But one thing I learned was when I was getting these labels, they were so expensive for such small amounts. And what really kind of just baffled me was I was like, if I start to grow, how can I afford these labels? And they take so long to get to me. There's no ability for even like the rush shipping. It's like 10 to 15 days, 7 days for production. It's like, how can I get these labels at a decent price that I'll be able to keep up with my sales? Because, as I mentioned in the previous videos, I want to manufacture everything in-house. I don't want to outsource anything. So, because, I'm having custom t-shirts, custom hats, custom shorts, custom jackets, like everything's going to be in-house, and, I'm doing all the mock-ups myself. So I had to find labels. So I would always run into situations where, like, I would always test label companies. Like, for example, I'll show you a lot of these. Like, this is a red pack. These are iron-on labels. This was from a company. This is just my brand logo. And I would buy, I think these are 50 labels. It'd be like 45, $50. I'm like, gosh, what happens if I need 20,000, 30,000? Or I would see which companies had the best labels. So, like, here's one. This thing is like 3 years old. This company was, I'll never use them in my life. This was a label for a jacket. It just says "Around the Way Girl," but I still keep the labels because of the measurement purposes. So when I send them to the actual manufacturer that I have now, there was a company, this same company, they did round labels too. These are pretty dope. These are for a hat. But then when I ran into like the labels that I wanted to put behind the t-shirts or behind the jackets, just in the inside, I thought about in the beginning. I went to Amazon, found a pretty cheap place that sold size labels, just the little ones, extra small. So I bought every size, extra large, extra large. Sorry for the glare on the screen. Large labels, medium, small, extra small. But I always ran into that problem. Like, how can I order mass quantities? Because, sometimes like I just want to order 5,000, 6,000 at a time. And then when I get low in my threshold, maybe 2,500 orders or so, then I'll just order another round and they'll be here once I start to get depleted. Or what happens if I have 10, 15,000 sales in a month and I don't have any labels? There's nothing I can do about it. So one company that, if you want smaller quantities, they're still pretty expensive, is a company that I did use and I thought I was set on them. It was a company, it is called Wonder Label. Here they are. And these are 500 label boxes. These were what I was going to use inside of my clothing in the beginning. They did beautiful labels. You can see that label right there. It's a beautiful label. I use emerald green. I have a sister. She passed away when she was 22. So I use her birthstone color. And that's why my clothing label tags are emerald green. Because she was my best friend. And I love her. But she passed away at 22. So that's why I use emerald green. And these labels were going to be for shorts. I even ordered, I thought I ordered 1,000 of these. They were the smaller labels these are the labels that go in the inside of my hats. And these are really, really beautiful too. A little obscene. I got them positioned correctly. I'm going to put these in the inside of them. Like just, when you have a hat, just lay right in the middle. But with these labels, I ordered the sizings, and they come in like packs of 200 to 300, and they are, I think, 60, $70. And I would pair them together to make a label like this, and I just sew the two together. And like as I mentioned before, I always came to the point where how on earth can I get 10, 15,000 of these tags or more at the drop of a dime? And what dawned on me was when I started to order these labels, even with like the rush shipping was no different. You basically pay like $50, $60 for like an extra 2 or 3 days to get the labels quicker. So the entire process was like 14 days. So, and that's depending on if they get held up. But when I started to use the tracking numbers to track my packages, because I got neighbors that got sticky fingers, when I would track my packages, I would always notice that when my labels would come in the mail, when these boxes came to me, they would come from someplace, and then they would end up at where I placed the order for the labels. It would end up at their business, and then the business would ship them to me. And I guess basically they just verify them. They were sending them to a factory, and then they were verifying them. And then once they found out the order was correct, they'd send it to me. But they would leave the tape on it. And if anybody has ever ordered anything from overseas, you know that yellow tape when you see it. So what I did was I started to look at Alibaba, and I was like, how can I order labels straight from the manufacturer? So I started to message some people, and I would message them like right when their businesses would open. And I would say, hey, I'm interested in ordering some labels, because I would say like these labels are 2 cents a piece, 3 cents a piece, and I already have all these labels to gauge someone's quality. So I know the material, and I messaged this one company. She got right back to me. Just look at these split. I send out like when you're on Alibaba, you can like send out these mass request, and you'll get a ton of businesses that'll say, hey, this is what we do, this is how much it'll cost, this is how long production is, this is how long shipping is. So the very first person that I spoke to, I was like, oh, I like her. She sent me a photo sample of the different materials, and I was like, okay, I know what this material is because I actually have it in my hand. So we had the correct color codes, the production time was fair, and they were willing to make a sample for free. And I'll put up on the screen, I'll show you the company that I chose. So I'm messaging her back and forth. And I go in Photoshop, I make a PDF of the label, just a little 2-inch by 1-inch PDF. I put the size, the care, everything in one label. So I wanted to get away from having 2 to 3 pieces just to drop it inside of a shirt. I want to just speed up that process. I don't want to have to order, a label, a size label, care label. No, I want it in one piece. because I felt like that worked. So I messaged her. She produced a sample in, I think it was 8 hours. I think it was 8 hours. She produced a sample for me. I said, I don't need the sample in hand. I just need you to send me the picture. And they were hesitant about that, but ultimately they did it. So she sent me a picture of the sample. I said, okay, those are gorgeous. Then she sent me a sheet of how much it's going to cost. I said, okay, thank you. She said, we can get production started tomorrow morning. It's going to take 2 to 3 days. It's going to take 7 days to get to you. And that's exactly what happened. So I went from these labels to finding a manufacturer, and they do everything. They do the channel patches for hats, the embroidery patches. They can do them iron on, anything you want. And they can do them quick, with a quick turnaround in mass quantities at an affordable price. Like I would order 1,000 labels from some of these other places. I paid $300. And then I ordered, in this box right here, and you can't see it, I ordered about 10,000 labels, and I paid half of that. I think I paid like $150. And here's the labels that I got. These are the final product labels. These are beautiful. It's got the sizing and the font that I want. And I was able to get all 6 sizes. Like I got large, extra, extra large, and they were all just gorgeous labels. And I knew the material, the backing on them was beautiful. So they went into production, and boom, I got it. Came in a little box. They ship them like this. I got, as you see, 850 a size, and I got small. I don't know. Did she send me an invoice? No. That's for sewing thread. But I thought they sent me an invoice. But they came in a really, really, really small box. Sorry, this table's cluttered. And they are straight from, I don't want to show my address, but they came straight from, they did come DHL, Express Worldwide. They came pretty quick. So, we got 850, what is it, small? 850 of each color. 850. I got 850. I got 850. And these are all my labels. And I got these for like $100 and some bucks. I don't want to say the wrong. I'll just put it up on the screen. So now dealing with them, when I go, we built a great relationship. Like they give you a WhatsApp phone number, and you can use the Alibaba app to communicate with them. They have a little chat, so it converts whatever they say to me to English. Whatever I say to them, it converts it to them in their language. And it was just a great decision to be patient. Now, I did lose a lot of money, but in the end, it helped me understand that for certain things for your business, when you are starting out, you don't need a lot of money, and you can go straight to the manufacturer to get what you want. You just have to take the time out to check their time zone, what time it is there, catch them right when they open the business, and message them and give them time to, gosh, there's a big bug on my wall. Oh, it's a lightning bug. To message them back. So to me personally, just go straight to the factory. It's going to work out a lot better for you, and you're going to be able to get the things that you need to get at an affordable price. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you are looking to buy labels, I'll leave a link in the description down below for the manufacturer that I chose from Alibaba. And don't be afraid, because they're the ones who make the tags anyway. You don't really have to go with the local company here. They just honestly just charge me too much. So this bug is huge. I don't know what it is. Goodness gracious. So I'm gonna sorry about that, it's just got my eyes. So I'll leave the information below. I appreciate you watching. I thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful. And like I said, once again, if there's anything that you guys have or any information on that you want to get information on that will help you start your clothing brand, leave it down in the comment section below. And I appreciate your time. I'm out of here. Peace.